Alright, good evening, guys. It's Monday, October 2nd, 2023, and let's hope this thing's going to record this time because this is my second take. My first video was so much better. Just kidding. But anyways, here's the futures, the Dow futures, and we went sideways to down today. Overall, a little bit down, but these are our trades for today. I'll bust through this real quick. The Russell didn't trade today. It hasn't traded since the 29th. The Nasdaq, it's sideways to down right now, although we're just really hopefully going sideways before we can take a leap, because we've had this pullback and now we're trying to, it looks like, recover. These are the trades for today. Overall a little bit down, but not terrible. And let's move on to our charts. So the S&P today, we've been down for, it looks like, a couple months really. We had a little rally here. And now we're really waiting for this thing to base and come back up again. The weekly is still pretty bullish on all of our indicators, and it's getting down here to the Harvard lines where I would expect it to at least consider bouncing, but we'll see what happens. You can see here at the end of the day we had a nice candle up, and I do want to talk about trend. So we've come down, we've come up, we've come down. I need this to be not, let's do that. Well, you know, we have this come up, come down, come up, and then come down like that. Well, this uptrend, that went up and then pulled back, and then that had to get above that pivot right there. So let's watch this pivot and this pivot to get above those pivots before we consider this thing to be potentially a change in trend. And if it gets above these pivots, then this should hold for a bit. So let's keep going. The Dow is a similar looking chart. A relatively bullish candle at the end of the trading day, this last hour. The Russell, a lot more bearish and still had a bullish candle at the end of the day. The Nasdaq was the winner of the day, and you can see here that we potentially had a change in trend. We broke above these highs, and that's probably the one to watch. Oil is starting to roll over, and you can see that on the hourly chart here, same thing I'm talking about, it's rolled over, and I've got the overnight action turned off, but it's probably makes it even more obvious that that's a shift, because I think even if we go further down here, maybe we need to break these lows, but that's a pretty decent shift. So put in a new lower high and then we'll know it for sure. Let's flip over to stockcharts.com and look at the bullish percent indexes. The industrials didn't move. The NYA tacked on a new O today, -5.5%. The transports didn't move. The NASDAQ, -1%. The SPX tacked on two new O's today, -10% and change. The OEX, -7.5%. And finally the INDX, -4.65%. So not as bad, but a lot of bearishness in the bullish percent indexes as well. We need to see these things flip over to start thinking about this thing possibly going back higher again. So with that, I'll leave you guys for tonight. Take care, good trading, and we will talk to you again tomorrow.